actually, that's a thing. If you are worried about, you get the wee timer up at the end with your last 10 minutes on it. But if you're planning to do recognitions and stuff, it might be a good habit to get into doing them at the beginning, so that's not going to happen. We're not going to miss them out. Yeah. But,
so, well, that's right.
The good thing is you do get the wee timer up and everybody can see that, so that's quite a good wee feature of this Zoom.
Yes, I like that. You enjoying your tea, Kate?
I'm enjoying my tea greatly, Jane. It's the first cup of tea I've had all day.
I finished mine. Never mind. Now, I said that we would begin about 9:05.
Yep. Just leaving that now.
It's 3. Oh, hello, Roman. Roman's on. Now, Roman's I'm going to do Roman's testimony because David and Rachel, whose business Roman is in, had out with his first catalogues last week, and David went with him with a catalogue drop. So, hi to you too. Roman saying hello all. Roman went out with his catalogue drop. He's put through his first order, which was in excess of £400 collected. He presented his catalogues, knocked on doors, because they only had 50. Because originally Roman was going to do it online and then decided that he would do catalogues. So he now knows that the catalogue works. Mm-hmm. So well done. Andy's got his first welcome reward, which is another box of 50 catalogues. So well done, Roman. Excellent work. And well done, David and Rachel, for going out with Roman as well. Mm-hmm. And knocking doors too. So what I'll do now then is I'll get the right screen. And I think, well, I just get the screen up then and... Can I
just interrupt and tell you that Mary this week has done her second and third welcome reward as well.
Excellent.
On the route to, so she's got another 2 rewards coming to her with her order tomorrow, and she's also very, 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 very close to 10%, as we know. So rooting for Mary, but sleep fast tonight, chick, because you might need to do a wee bit of early morning posting tomorrow, but I know you'll get there. I also have a new 10%er in the team, who's Helen Rouse, who's not able to be with us this evening, but she did her 10% yesterday.
Excellent.
And Etta is on the last burst she needs exactly the same number of points as Mary does to get her 10% tomorrow.
Excellent. Now, are all those people online, or are they doing catalogues, Kate?
A mixture. Well, Mary, you're doing a mixture of both, aren't you?
A mixture of both, aye.
Mm-hmm. Well done, Mary. Well done.
And Annetta is as well. Everything it takes.
That's great.
Everything we teach. Well, we're both very teachable in doing it.
Good. Well, I'm going to cover the catalogues tonight, so I will pull up the screen now. I'm also going to interject some of the Spanish tips that we got as well. So I hope that the tips are really helpful. And can I say that when I put this up, I lose my flip. What did I forget to do? Record button. Right. So if you could all mute your microphones, except maybe you, Kate, just in case you need to tell me what I've done wrong.
You don't want me unmuted.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone.
I'll just try and keep my mouth shut.
Okay. Here is a retail training primarily devoted to the catalogues and how to teach you how to build a good customer base, a good strong customer base, which is really, really simple. Now here you'll see is Learn the System. On the Make Money from Facebook, info.com, then go into the members section with your password, which is all uppercase, RHINO, Rhino. Now go in there and all of this information is available to you. The only thing you don't have on there is me. And of course, I'm sure you'll all agree that would be a great loss. Never mind. Let's look at the digital kit to begin with, because the majority of people are now starting with the digital kit, which, understandable, £25, 5 catalogues, and it allows you the opportunity to have one payment. There are various reasons. Somebody's got a wee dog in the background. Cost is one of it. And they also, people are sceptical. I haven't yet met a good Clean Easy distributor who was not sceptical. So that doesn't mean that people aren't interested. It just means they're human. But we'll show you how to use the free catalogues as well as building up to more catalogues, because you won't build a strong customer base with just 5 catalogues. You do need to increase that. But let's start off with those 5 catalogues. Excuse me, and I hope you notice my pinky, my fractured pinky. So here we go. When you first process that order for £150, you'll get a free credit. Now that free credit will give you either catalogues, dropship credits, or free leads. And really it depends where you want to focus. If you don't need the catalogues, then perhaps you want the free leads, and let us as sponsors help you work your way through it. Some people though, where money is an issue, the budget's very important. It allows them to get those free books so that they can start building their customer base. And you can earn up to 5 free credits in your first 60 days and you're still making money. That's more important than anything, because at the end of the day, the majority of us join Clean Easy to make money. We don't join because we want to walk the streets with a bag of catalogues, but we join because we want to make money. And once we're in and introduce other people, remember, what we then want to do is show those new people how they can make money. Now to go on from that though, here's where your free catalogues come from. But what you want to do first of all is write a list of everyone that you can think of. If you have a Facebook page, go on there. Look at the top 20 people that you interact most with, provided they're local, because you want local people to be able to hand those free catalogues to and then pick them up again. Sometimes 24 hours is good. Just tell them you don't have many, you really want them. Could they have it? Would they be able to look at it tonight? If they say no, but I can do it at the end of the week, choose the next person on your list and remember to go back to them at the end of the week. Friends, family, work colleagues, everybody you can think of, anybody you meet, someone you see regularly, people from work, everywhere. 24 hours, 48 maximum, but if you've only got a few books, try and work the 24 hours. Because really, the more times you get your catalogues out, the more people you're going to hand them to, the more orders you're going to get. And then you want to take a note of them, just as though you had 150 books, because you're going to give that person a book 5 weeks later. Now the preparation, once you've got your catalogues in, do be aware they arrive in 24 hours. If you've got someone in Spain, these catalogues will arrive in 5 to 7 days. 24 hours for mainland, in the majority of the time UK. However, the Highlander Islands is 3 days, as is Ireland. So just check those things out when you're talking to people. The sponsor we have all the retailing templates that you need, and we will happily provide those. Please don't think because you're starting on your own that you're by yourself, because we have everything you need, and all we want you to do is copy us. Lynn's also got some templates at systemforsuccesstrainings.com, but you'll generally find if Lynn is not your immediate upline will have access to all those templates too. So get a Clean Easy folder opened up, and you've heard this before because I said this last week, and put into subfolders, retail and sponsor, and keep a copy of all of those documents in those folders. If you're getting hard copies, please remember to keep a hard copy. It's so easy to cut everything up in the excitement of the moment and think, oops, now I don't have one. They're in Word, and all you have to do is insert your details. Nice and simple. Then the next thing you want to do is get a street map of your area. Now remember, this is not with 5 catalogues. This is moving on to when you have more catalogues. Your 5 catalogues is your list of people and you work systematically through it. But once you've got more, get a map of your area, streetmap.com, and then go on and find how many streets there are in an area. Can I interject here too, that if you have people in Spain, ask them to Google their area. They don't have postcodes as we do, or not the same kind of postcodes. So they Google their area and they'll get everything from there. Here are the templates that we will send to you. And they're all important, every single one of them. The weekly planner, well, that's so that you know what you're doing and when you're doing it until it becomes a habit and you don't need to look. Your callback slips, well, that's the bit that goes at the front of your catalogue and tells people who you are, when you're coming back. It asks them to leave it out in the doorstep, and it also asks them if they know anybody looking for some extra money. Gives them a note of your telephone number. Sorry, I missed you. Lets them know that you've been back, that you've missed them, and you will be back again. And thank you for your order. Lets them know it was you who picked the catalogue up from their doorstep and that you will be back to deliver it. Sorry I missed you again. I tend not to use because I got a couple of bad responses from it and I chickened out. However, I do use, sorry I missed you this time. Can you give me a phone if you're away on holiday, and I'll come when you get back and I'll pick the book up then.
Jane, can I interrupt you for a wee second and just say, I don't know whether you're supposed to have training on your screen at the moment, but we can see you, but I can't see the training.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, Kate.
No, it's okay. It worked fine last week. I'm assuming that you're doing a presentation that I can't see, so.
I am, and you should be able to see it.
So maybe share your screen, whatever it was you did last week too.
Oh, she's not doing the share screen thing again.
Show. And share. Sorry about that, folks. Flip. Are we all still there?
Yeah, but you've disappeared.
That's all right. Don't worry about me.
I think it's coming up now.
Right.
That's you now. Well done.
So if I can just quickly go through those screens that I've already spoken our way through. Sorry about that, but we've got 10 minutes now, somehow. So here you are. Can I start from where I was?
Yep, absolutely, yep.
I'll just quickly pull it through. Well, we won't be using that recording, will we? Okay, so here you are. Catalogue's out. You see, we can tell you exactly what you want to earn because your catalogue's out every week. Total profit on your right-hand side. Look at that. When you're talking to a new person, or if you are new, that's the side that you want to look at first. Decide where you want to be, and then you know what you've got to do. You also know how much you need in order. So if you're doing only online, then It's very simple. You divide it by 4 and then you divide it by 7 or 5, depending on how many days you want to work. And that's how much you need in orders if you're online every week. Here's the weekly planner. And again, it's up here on commitments, meetings, trainings, retail plan and activity plan. The retail plan, put them in a good one, and I'll show you in a minute because it comes up on another screen. It's important you use this certainly for the first 21 days because that enables you to get into the habit of knowing what you're doing. If you're doing catalogues and you want to minimise the costs, then your retail plan should be the same each week because then you only need to copy 2 sets of those callbacks that I showed to an empty screen earlier. My apologies. So your own commitments go in first because if you're working, then no, you can't do anything with Clean Easy. Then the meeting dates. Well, fortunately now, most of our meetings are on a Saturday, apart from the webinars, which are easy to get to unless you're a shift worker. And then it's a retail plan. And once you've decided what you want to earn, and that's from Track Your Retail, then we can show you very, very simply what you need to do to get there. You may have a figure in mind that doesn't equate to the time that you have to spend on it, and we might just have to readjust that. But now that you can do online as well, you just mix and match. It's so much simpler than it ever was before. When you get your books, the first job though is to prepare them. It takes a wee while. If you've got a couple of 100 books, it does take a wee while. You want every pack to look exactly the same. You want a name and address label on your order forms and on the rear of the catalogue. I do only put it on the main book. I don't put it in all of them, unless I'm giving people a catalogue. And then, yes, I do put my label on it so they don't lose my phone number, and I want that order. Print off your callback slips or photocopy them. Put your main book and your callback slip to the front, special log and your order form to the back. You want the customer to be able to find that order form regardless. Because really that's why you're putting them out, remember, to get an order. Some people use a highlighter pen to highlight the telephone and the email address. Some people use it so that they can highlight when they're coming back. Some people scan their photograph onto it. You decide. But let's keep it simple for a new distributor. Always prepare your catalogues the day before you're going to deliver them. If you choose to do it the day that you're going to go out, then things can get a little fraught. You've run out of time. Know where you're going. Don't change your mind. Again, let's keep it simple and stress-free. Have a street map, we've said that, or go to streetmap.com. Find out how many houses are in the street and how many streets are in the area you're going to target. Then you know where you're going, how you're doing it, and you can know with some certainty, which gives you confidence. Start close to home. Don't jump from street to street. Don't run 2 miles in the opposite direction just because you find another distributor or another company. Ignore it. People shop on different days. You're going to work 5 areas. When I say an area, all I mean by that is different streets. You're going to work different streets for 5 weeks and then go back to the beginning again. And please, it is so important to keep good records. Leave the catalogues for 48 hours. And here's a good plan. Out on a Friday, in on a Monday. Out on a Tuesday, in on a Thursday. Any you didn't get on the Monday, call back on the Tuesday for them. You're out anyway. Any you didn't get when you go on a Thursday, you'll get them on a Friday because you're putting your books back out. Final callbacks from Monday? Yes, probably, possibly. But there again, I deliver my orders on a Thursday night. I go and knock the door on a Thursday night to get my book back. It's important and I want it back. I do try to explain to them that I'm not OCD about the catalogues, but I reuse them and they're really pretty good after that. Place of post. If you don't have a lot of books to work with, we suggest that you do place. In fact, we suggest quite strongly that you place. And if you're in a rural area where there's only a few houses, yes, you're going to place. You're not going to go 2 miles up a farm road and pop it through a letterbox if she doesn't want it or he doesn't want it. But what is placing? It's knocking on the door. It's what I was saying that Roman and David did the other day. Knock on a door, give them a catalogue. Now, funnily enough, in Spain, the doorbells are on the outside of the gate. So you would press that doorbell. Most of the people in Spain have dogs. Those dogs are guard dogs. You don't want to go in the gate. People will come out and talk to you. Apparently they're also very neighbourly, very friendly and nosy, which is good because they'll tell you which houses are empty. And in Spain, warn your new people, there will be a lot of empty houses. What I'm doing is giving you some of the tips from Jamie de Castle the other night. And if you haven't seen it, have a look at it. I know that it's on the online hints and tips, so please go and look for it if you can't find it elsewhere. How do you feel about knocking doors then? Most of us feel quite vulnerable, quite exposed, but guess what? It gets better. It's not too bad after a while. And you're not going to give them a sales spiel. You're just going to say, hi there, I'm delivering Clean Easy catalogues. I'm collecting them on Monday, and hand the book out. Don't keep it close to your chest. They'll have to assault you to get it from you. So stretch your arm out and hand it to them. Same goes to Spain as well. I'm just leaving the catalogue. I'm collecting it back on Monday. If you leave it outside, I won't need to disturb you. Nice and simple. What's posting it? Putting it through a letterbox. Keep good records. Really, really important. And make sure that all those details are on that, are on your book. Make sure you note against each catalogue, looked, not looked at, order, no thanks, lost. Oops. And here is a book, a page from a book with a house number. All that we've added here are the names because it's handy to know what your customer is called. Now I've got less than a minute left apparently. Keep good records, know how many catalogues you delivered, know how many catalogues you collected and what sales were achieved. Because if you don't know those things, you won't know what your average is per catalogue. And